maximum security facility. I don't know why that is flashing for power. Like, that doesn't need power. Oh, it's the light bulb. Alright. I should probably just dismantle it. Because I don't need a light bulb right there, honestly. Yep, that's what that was. I don't know why he's going into the holding zone. I don't know why anyone's going to a holding cell. I have enough cells for each one of these guys. And a few more. I don't know if cells for... well... I have 9 real cells, and then the holding cell can hold 5 dudes. I don't know. That's the thing about free time, though. You know, because they can go wherever they please in the prison during free time. But, that's working out. And, of course, you see tomorrow I get 8 more prisoners, so I'm going to need to get at least 8 more cells up. I get 10k on having 15 cells, though, so that won't be a big deal. Those cells will pay for themselves and a little bit more. And I'm just gonna probably just drop them all along this line here. Ah, see, now it's happening. The water. So I'm gonna install more drains. And I'm gonna start setting up those cells. So far pretty boring. But things will go terribly wrong when I run out of money. Like, really bad, really fast, too. So that'll probably be the best part. And, you know, if you're not thrilled and enthused by what you're seeing now, skip ahead and or go to later parts. Because, yeah, this place is essentially going to be a powder keg. And when it goes off, it's going to be pretty big. That's not right. In some ways, you know, this is a lot like designating rooms in Dwarf Fortress for your dwarves. I don't know if all my viewers will be familiar with Dwarf Fortress, but that's a game I like. It's a game I play. It's a great game, and in a lot of ways, this game is kind of similar, for sure, in the way things work. And that's a great thing, honestly, because that's an amazing game, and I really do like this game. That $30 price tag for the paid alpha, it's up there, it really is, and I was pretty reluctant, but so my friends were talking about it, and I kind of caved, but I'm glad I did, because this game can only get better, you know, and it's already pretty good. I mean, this may look super boring, and I'll grant that, but when you're doing it yourself, obviously, it's a little bit better. Plus, when you know all the possibilities, and when you don't know what you're doing, you know. It's gonna take you from prisons before you even get off the ground. Like, I didn't know that I could get those grants until about my 4th prison in, and you can only imagine how I was trying to do this without having all that grant money. It was madness. Though, you know, I gotta give it to myself. I did respectably for not knowing that, honestly, the first time. Well, not the first time. The first time was a complete disaster. But, like, the 3rd prison, I at least had cells. I was ready to accommodate some people. But, you know. You obviously, you need the grants. It's, yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, someone's probably going to do without it one day, but I will not be one of those people, because I don't get that crazy about games. I don't necessarily play games to, you know, have them bitch slap me. I play games to have fun. You know? This guy, he wants to take a shower, and it's eating time. This is the only time I prescribe for my prisoners, so he can't actually take a shower now. I'm gonna search him, just because if a guard does get to him, that'll calm him down for a minute, and people who are upset tend to have contraband on them. So, you know, worst case scenario, nothing bad happens. Why would that be the worst case scenario? That was dumb of me to say. Best case scenario, nothing bad happens. Worst case scenario, he's got someone on him, and he goes into lockdown for a little while. No big deal. No big deal. Once these cells get complete, I'll get that extra 10k, and that'll be good. I like the way the utilities work here. They're good. Real good. Honestly, placing the piping down kind of reminds me of SimCity. It's got that good feel. And now it's free time, so all those people complaining about the shower, you know, they could go take one. And installing was actually, see, this is one of the weird things, you know, the style's not, yeah, it's weird stuff's going on here. But whatever, no big deal. It's the first alpha release. There's also no options screen in game, but you can configure it through the ini file. The given excuse for that is they had to cut a few corners to get their demo ready for IGF. See, we got 10,000 because now we have the cells up. And I don't, you know, I don't know if that's the most valid excuse, but whatever. It's no big deal. The only issue is that the game is really fucking loud the first time you set it up. I just turned it down on my mixer, Windows 7, but if you're like, say, I guess if you're on XP, you can't really do that. So you'd want to, you know, go into the config file, but that's the only thing you're going to need to config, because by default, the game launches at desktop resolution, full screen, but if you tab out of it, it's no big deal. It's a weird pseudo, it's not a window, but it basically is. So that's, it's alright. Right now we're not doing too much, you know, we're just sitting here pretty. Nothing major's going on. I'm gonna accelerate time a little bit actually, since, you know, nothing's going on really. I don't need to worry about anything right now. Yeah, I'm glad I got those extra fridges. Well, I did this, because it's a lot better than my previous setup. I kind of wish it didn't take so long to get, you know, this stuff out the way. And didn't cost as much, because, oh shit. Wow, I need more capacitors. I'm running out of power. Well, it's on max load. I've never actually had that. Weird. Crazy. That's 1,000 down the drain. Like, I don't notice anything toggling power-wise, but this guy's homesick? I've never seen that before, honestly. I'm gonna search just in case. This guy too. Oh, he had something. Well, he's in cuffs now. Yeah, he had contraband, so he's gonna get locked down for 120 minutes, 2 hours. And since he was disgruntled, he was homesick, he might have chosen to, you know, get somebody. Like, it doesn't say what the contraband is, but I've seen plenty of knives in my earlier prisons where things went to shit almost immediately. So he might have decided to stab another inmate, stab a guard, or even one of the cooks. There's no really telling who he would have seen. See this shit, yeah. And this bed's just sitting there for no good reason. I don't know why. That's not good, but whatever. All right. So we're ready for the next wave. And until then, honestly, we don't have much we can do. I'm gonna go ahead and queue up finance, even though this guy's got a first tier. See, the way it works is under his tree, you get these guys, so he researches them separate from this guy. So that's kind of nice-ish, but it's still kind of, it's a pain. It definitely is, because it takes a full 24 hours just to be able to get your Medwing, and yeah, I don't know. Again, it's an alpha, so it's not super balanced. We get a little bit of money, you know, the difference between those two numbers, but it'll, well, we don't really need it now, but I guess every bit helps, every bit counts. And so this is still the quiet time. God, a lot of downtime going on. I think the expected, yeah, now that we got the capacitor, it's down a little bit, although it's still really high. I guess it's because I have all these extra lights, because, you know, and I've got 2 cookers, yeah. Oh god, this guy's freaking out. He's also homesick. This is weird, I've never seen this before. Well, I'm gonna search him, just in case. Well, no, he must have been clean. It's gonna keep freaking out, though. That's unfortunate. Just in case. But yeah, I think the expected release is like, you know, every 3 to 4 weeks they're thinking about getting another build out, but I don't know how well it's gonna be, you know, stuck to, because obviously this first release came out yesterday as of now. Actually, I'm recording this really late, so it's now the 27th, but basically today, so I expect probably the next build will resolve some of these major bugs and add some new stuff too. Once you know how to avoid them, the bugs aren't too bad, but I don't know, one time I was just, it was before anything had even been set up, and they just wouldn't complete the construction of the foundation for no reason. I just completely baffled. Really sucked, really bothered me. I don't have a lot of patience for that kind of thing, so there was a little while earlier I was almost regretting my purchase, but my last prison went really well, so that made me feel good. Another thing I learned actually in my last one is in the tutorial mission you have to build like an execution chamber. You can see rooms here. Execution, it's electric chair only is what's in the game. But I built one, and you can't actually like just choose to electrocute people. And as far as I can tell, people right now, as of now at least, don't have a sentence. So you know, I don't think they can ever be released, and I don't think you're ever going to get anybody who's been sentenced to death. So, pardon me, I think I'm going to sneeze. No, no. Ugh. I'm like right on the edge of it. Prisoners are going to show up pretty soon. And you get more money per prisoner. Like, you get $100 per prisoner, you know, as grant money from the government, but it definitely covers the cost of their living, because all you have to do is, you know, pay for food, like, over time, but it's hard to save up money to build new housing for new prisoners, because you have to also hire new employees to cope with, you know, like now that I'm gonna need to hire at least one more guard. I can also hire my foreman now, which means I need to build an office for him. And now I'm going to build a bunch more cells for the next wave. And that's going to, all together, it's going to be pretty pricey. Plus, I'm going to start researching the stupid janitor so that all this gross stuff can get cleaned up. Which, I think it's a comfort issue for prisoners because they do have a comfort level thing, but I don't know if it's actually a security issue. As of now, at least. Like I said, I've never had anyone escape, even though like my exterior walls have been like crumbling. And you'll see it. I mean, they're already starting to get cracked. I don't know how to repair exterior walls. Interesting thing I found out is that the save game files are in just like plain text. Even though the game does bug out a lot on save load. Like, if you save a prison and you load it later, a lot of the cells and just rooms will be mislabeled. They'll be labeled none, or they just won't be labeled with what they are supposed to be. Like, I have had cells turn into med bays, even though I couldn't even build a med bay yet. So just weird things do happen. I don't know. You can build metal detectors. I've never built one. I don't know. I've never done it. I don't know. TVs, in my experience, don't seem to actually do anything. I've never seen anybody use a phone booth outside of the tutorial mission. So I don't bother with these things. Office, desk. There's no logical order to the items here. I think they were just added in this as they were added into the game. So, you know, you'll find things associated with each other next to each other, but there's no actual order going on. Like the cooker's next to the fridge, but oh, I actually should put a trash bin in the mess, the canteen. I forget a lot. I guess I'll put it here. It's probably facing the wrong way, but it doesn't matter, honestly. Yeah, see, this is a much better situation than last time. As far as the food is concerned, it's sustainable, at least for now. I'm gonna build some more cells. Contemplating whether to build an interior cell block. I'm thinking I'm gonna though, just to see how it works up here. So this is gonna be a bit of an exercise. God, I apologize if this is just disgustingly boring, by the way. The more I think about it, the more it seems like it will be, but, you know, someone's probably watching. Probably. See, I did sort of fuck this up, actually, because I want to have a 2-wide hallway, but that's just not going to happen. Shit. Well, I could do cells out, and then that would be 3 wide up here. It'd be different. It's not what I wanted. And that's going to create some weird issues here. But if I try to build them out, like, the spacing's wrong. Because I have a buffer on one side, but I don't. So one would have to be a one-way hall. Yeah. So I'm guessing I'm just going to build them out, even though it's going to look weird. Just because. And they'll just be bigger cells, whatever. Because I do want to have the 2-wide hallway. So we'll just do that. No big deal. Not really, anyways. Okay, floors are getting real ratty. You know. And once I do have the janitor unlocked, I can fix that up in a jiff. But until then, it's just gonna get gross and worse and worse and worse. And again, I don't know what the gameplay ramifications are for that yet, or if there even are any. That's how many cells is that? It's only 6 cells. Ugh. That's kind of a waste, honestly. I don't think it matters if the hallway is 1 wide or 2 wide, honestly. I really don't, but I'm a little OCD when it comes to this kind of thing. Just a little bit, you know? Just a tad, but... I like certain conventions, and I tend to stick with them no matter what, even if it's not optimal. Jesus, so many homesick people. Jesus. He's getting searched. This guy's getting searched too, just in case. I'm gonna draw a pipe down the middle and go out, because I'm a little afraid that's gonna be too long. Although it's still gonna join up no matter what, because, you know, whatever. No big deal. Let's see, we're gonna put a bed in and a toilet. Simple stuff. I like the art style personally. I think it's pretty good. I gotta say, I don't think people were really expecting this from Introversion. Like, after, you know, they heard that Subversion wasn't happening, because it wasn't a project that was bearing any gameplay fruits. They had a lot of cool systems, but, you know, just there was nothing fun there. There wasn't a game. It was just a bunch of weird simulations, which personally interests me, but I can understand why, you know, there are issues with that. And, I mean, they did release the sweet city generator for all that's worth. God. I think that was a part of a Humble bundle, but I can't remember. I know I have that, but that's, yeah, I don't remember under what circumstances they released that, actually. I think it was the Humble Introversion bundle, though. I think that's what that was, because I think that followed the announcement that Subversion wasn't actually becoming a thing, and then a little bit later, they announced Prison Architect. This homestick stuff's really bumming me out. Maybe I do need a phone. Maybe they call... Yeah, I'm gonna put a phone booth in the rec room. Just in case. Because I'd never seen that before, and I did have phone booths before. So, we'll see what happens. And I'm gonna randomly have him search Mackenzie here. And also Tom Walls. He's one of the newer guys. I just do random searches, you know, just to make sure nothing's going on. And I think it helps, because I definitely catch some guys sometimes. They're not supposed to be able to go through that door, by the way. That's definitely a bug, because it's a staff-only door. Although, funny thing, there is an icon of a prisoner in the staff, so I don't know what non-staff would even be and why they don't just walk out the front door, right? But they don't, so who knows. I'm gonna go see if they use the payphone. I'm interested. Yes, they do. So, okay. They do use the phones, and that's how they keep from being homesick. So that's good to know, because I definitely didn't know that for a fact before. That's for sure. Alright. Thinking I'm gonna probably... Did I research the account already? Yeah, I did. Shit. Should build her an office. I think you do get more funding for having her, and I don't know if you do for having more than one. I don't even know if you can hire more than one, but it looks like you can. I'm actually gonna... yes, yeah, I can keep track of that. Try to see if that is the case or not. Because I think it increases your base federal grants amount. Well, you can't actually check your finances without an account, so I guess it's kind of moot. There. Desk. And filing cabinet. Mixed it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm a rebel. Well, this accountant will be. See, that didn't actually change. And no, so I don't think actually having an accountant helps at all. In fact, I sort of don't see the need for an accountant at that rate then. Because she doesn't actually do anything then. Outside of let you know these things, you know? Because it definitely says here, also allows you to, well, you can spend more money. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Gives access to government grants, even though you get all those by default in the beginning, and I've never seen more ones go up. I don't know. And I'm gonna start researching these guys, because they will pay for themselves at the med bay, assuming I get it up. And I guess I'm gonna hire 2 janitors, since I have those, and then we'll start getting the shit not to be so gross. I would hire more, but it's just, I'm trying to actually not lose, hard as that is. Even though that, you know, not losing will be the most boring thing for the viewer, the hypothetical one at home. Because if I don't lose, you don't get to see things explode, which means you're not going to have any fun out of this, because this is super boring, I'm sure. Probably. I think it probably is. See, I can put interior cells here, but it's going to be one wide both ways. Not that but look at these. These guys take up 2 right there. Like, Jesus. Fat dudes. But, I mean, obviously I can get through the one wide. Oh, wait. No, I couldn't do that at all. Because, that, yeah, I needed walls. Well, I could sort of... I could do a cell here and a cell there. Maybe like 1 cell. There. Alright. That's an odd cell. And utility is... I should cover it. I'm pretty sure it will. If it doesn't, that would suck, but well. And we're gonna need some more cells. I think I'm gonna put some down this way. See, he's starting to make it nice. Actually, the prisons are gonna arrive pretty soon, and I don't think I have enough cells to cover them right now. No, I do. Although, some of that's probably the overflow holdings. Well, no, I built all these, right? We'll find out. I can unfast forward it, though, right now, while I'm planning this out and whatnot. That's a good idea. You can see the little janitor working away. Trying to make this prison a better place, a neater, tidier place anyways. Yeah, I've kind of gone off the deep end with my cells. This isn't right, honestly. But, oh well. I need to just get cells up. You see, you can see those walls crack and just get all... Janitor won't repair those. In fact, the janitor kind of refuses to pick up inside of cells too, so... I don't even know how you're supposed to do that, honestly. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go straight down here with some more cells. That guy gets an extra large cell. so we have a place to put his door. Lucky dude. Kinda wish there was a way to like overlay a grid so the spatial sense was easier to get a hold of, but as far as I know there isn't. I'm gonna press Control G now. No. Or just regular? No. No, there's not. Or maybe there is, but G and Control G seem like the logical grid options. And I mean, you can see it a little bit, but it still helps to have that direct visual feedback. That's part of one of the reasons why it's hard to visualize in my head, personally for me.